Hi, my name is Dave, and you're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Today, I am going to just simply talk, and this is one of the reasons why I love this doing podcast, because it gives me a platform to just share some thoughts. And one of those thoughts was I was driving today, and I was thinking, wow. Who am I? And it's a profound question. It's a simple question, right? So when my wife passed about 2 months ago, I asked myself, who am I outside of all these hats, all these different roles I play in life? Father, husband, friend, brother, cousin. Out of all the roles that we play in life, who are we? So if you were to say, I need to peel back some layers and look at who I am as a person, not as a husband, not as a father, or any of the roles or hats that I wear, but who I am at my core. And, that gets you thinking. You say, okay, well, if I pull back all the layers and, if I'm not liking what I see, so how can I reinvent myself? So for me, I thought about, let me just go ahead and pull back all my layers. Let me write down everything. And as I was doing that, I was looking at a lot of experiences that I had, and I said, well, outside of all of this, who am I? And it got me thinking. I was reading the Bible one day, and it says, like, Christ says, if you do this, and I think it was in Matthew, if you do this, if you listen to me and build your house on the rock, the storms of life would not knock your house down. It won't knock you down. But if you be like the fool who don't listen to me and build his house upon the sand, and I'm just paraphrasing, I'm actually putting it in my own words, but if you build your house upon the sand and, the storms of life come and, knock your house down, it knocks you down. It puts you in a point where you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go, what resources to act on or reach out for, because you're in a state of confusion at the moment, because life just hit you so hard, it knocked you off your feet. Yes. That's how I felt at one point. So I wanted to say, who am I at my core? So in order for me to look at myself, I had to do, I have to look real hard within. It's not what other people say about you, it's what you say about yourself. So I want to go ahead and peel back the layer, so to speak, like an onion, and get down to the core, because I believe if we can get down to the core and know exactly who we are and what we stand for and what we believe and what our integrity is and our ethics, I think when we get down to the core, those things of who we truly are, then we can go ahead and build upon that core, that rock. And once the life storms hits us, it doesn't matter. We will prevail. We will rise up, even if it knocks us down, because life, it will knock you down. But if you're equipped with the right things at your core, you'll just get back up. And I believe that. I so much and so wholeheartedly believe that if we know who we are at our core and build our soul foundation upon the rock, we would have the strength to move forward. Even if we're knocked down, we can get back up. I once heard Les Brown say, if you get knocked down and you can see up, you can get up. And I believe that. But one more thing I do understand, even though at our core, we cannot build upon a rock, we can't build without our spiritual self. And why I say that is because we are spiritual. And I believe that. So, when God say build upon this rock, and I believe that rock is the word. The word was there at the beginning, and the word is all powerful. He says if you have a seed of a mustard seed of faith, you can say to this mountain, be moved to yonder or whatever. But if you have that same mustard seed of faith at your core and believe without a shadow of a doubt that no matter what happens, you have a spiritual base, and you build upon that spiritual base. You build upon that rock. You build upon that light. You build upon the strength, and you build upon the power. I believe with all my might and heart that once you start building on those building blocks, and then you add your core, at your core, you add your ethics, you add your experience, you add your who you are at your core, and what your true beliefs are, and what matters to you most. Because let's face it, what you believe, you're going to go after. And, as a man thinketh, so is he. So you're going to, whatever you believe, that's going to be part of you. Your belief system, it's going to always be part of you. But I believe that if you have a belief system that's also built upon the rock, when life storms come at you, you'll have the strength, you'll have the power, and you'll have the tenacity to get back up in the game and do whatever it takes to move forward. Because that's what it's all about. You can get hit, but keep getting back up. Keep moving forward. I have to tell myself that every day, because I think it's so easy for humans to be negative, but we have to work so hard to be positive. You do. And some people have a disposition where they're happy all the time, but believe me, it's easier for those negative thoughts to creep in, but you have to condition yourself. No matter what, I believe in this. No matter what, I believe that I can succeed. No matter what, I can get through this. This is not going to tear me down. I'm going to build upon my rock. I'm going to be in my core of living. Because nothing matters except for what's built upon that core inside you, who you really are. Because ever heard that saying that says, oh, your character's really shown when nobody else is around. And that's who you are. When you're not trying to impress anybody, you're not trying to outdo someone. If you ever think about that, you ever think about what it is, or I got to get this outfit. Oh, I'm going to look so good on this outfit. And now let's drill down to that. Why? Because you love the way you feel, right? You love the way you look in that new outfit. Oh, now you're accessorizing. You're doing this, you're doing that. As long as your core is strong, long as you're building upon that, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a little vanity, nothing wrong with it. However, if you're doing it for all the right reasons, because you like being clean, you're not trying to impress anybody, that matters. Who are you at your core? Have you sat down and looked at and peeled back all the layers of you? Have you sat down and said to yourself, why am I the way I am right now? It's an accumulation of experiences that you've gone through. It's your belief systems. It's an accumulative of a lot of different things. But let's peel back that layer. Let's do it today. Let's go ahead and revitalize our core, our life. Even when you go to work out, when you go to the gym, it's best to start working on your core, because your strength comes from your core. And your strength comes from your core in life. Your core at who you are, your being, your spiritual being. That's your core. My name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast. I wanted to say something to you today, and I just wanted to tell you what was on my mind and share with you some thoughts, food for thought. And I hope it resonated with you, and I hope it gets you to take a look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're treating others, and say to yourself, if you don't like who you are right now, guess what? You can change. Don't try to change anyone else. You're only in charge of you to change. Even your kids, don't try to change them. You got to rear them up right. Yes, you got to guide them, but you can't change them. That's God's job. So what I suggest you do is, if you don't like something in your life, go ahead and change it. It's not too late. You're not too young. You're not too old. You can always change starting right now. And you want to know something? Change is instant. It's just the work to maintain change. That's where you're working at. So again, my name is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast. Until tomorrow, you guys have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.